Let the misadventures begin.
It's not even that, locked. Excuse me.
What?
Yes. I'm a fork.
Pick him back up really
You
quick.
have ponies on this. Are you a brony?
Oh, you know it.
What am I looking for?
That one right there.
Down his wings!
Yes, you can fly with him.
Goodbye.
Chat plural. Yeah, who do you think is gonna die first? Who do you genuinely think is gonna die first out of all of us?
I think
Michaela.
I was gonna say Michaela.
I feel like it's Ross because of. I don't think it's Ross. I don't.
I'm gonna go.
No.
Have fun with your little whatever the you're doing. All right. I want nothing to do with it. You freaks.
Please welcome the host of Crafting the Way, an LGBTQ plus panel for Minecrafters, Aimsey.
Whoa. Hello, everyone. Let's get louder. Come on. Hi. Hello. I am Aimsey. If you don't know who I am a Minecraft streamer. I'm also gay. Let's get a cheer. And today we're going to be doing an amazing panel called Crafting the Way. It's going to be with a bunch of really, really cool people, and it's just going to be a fun time. We're going to chat. We're going to talk about, how it's like being gay and also queer while also being in the Minecraft community. And it would be pretty boring if I was by myself. I think it would be very fun, but probably very boring. So please let me welcome to the stage my friends Michaela, Shubble, Badlinu, and Guqqie.
Oh my gosh, hey guys!
Come on, guys, let's get louder!
Wait guys, look, that's us.
That is in fact us. It's crazy. Okay, so we're here at TwitchCon, and now a lot of you guys, you've been on my panels before, and has anyone here been to one of my panels before? Is there anyone in the audience? Nice, okay. And it is the last day of TwitchCon, so have you guys been having a fun TwitchCon? Michaela, you've done anything fun?
I have ran circles around Artist Alley.
Artist Alley is really cool this year. It is. I mean, Shelby, have you been to Artist Alley yet,
Yes, I got to buy the cutest things. There's so much cute art over there, so if you haven't checked it out, definitely get over there.
It's so nice. I mean, Freddy, what have you been up to so far?
Oh, a bit of this, bit of that.
Bit of this,
Who
bit of
knows,
that.
really?
Who knows what you can get up to today, you know what I mean? You got crazy stuff.
Yeah, just going with the flow, having a good time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Guqqie, what about you?
I'm the exact. I feel like I've just been existing this whole time, and I'm like, oh, it's the last day of the convention.
Yeah.
And I'm so upset I've not been able to go to Artist Alley.
Well, we got today, but before we get into that, we got a really cool panel to do. So let's get this started. So obviously there's actually two common themes with all of us, and that is that we play Minecraft and we are queer somewhere. Thank you.
Yeah.
I really hope this is going to continue through the panel where every time one of us says something gay, you're like, yes, dude. But I want to go all the way back to the beginning because obviously before everything, we were creators playing Minecraft, we discovered it, and we've been on quite a journey. So Michaela, we are going to start with you, if you want to look at the clip coming up soon.
Oh, ready?
All right, chat, ready?
No.
Buckle in, everyone. Buckle in. Buckle in, everyone. Oh, we're going up? Oh, we're going up? Oh, we're going up? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, we're still going up? We're still going up? We're still going up?
No, this is
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just. Oh, I went too far. Okay. Ready. Oh my God, we're about to go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, we're going. Oh, here we go. We're going this way. Oh my God, we're in the dark. Oh my God, we're in the dark.
Did you? I've never seen that clip before. That is.
Wow.
You are truly a performer.
There are real tears in my eyes.
I can see the real tears. Okay, listen. Okay, you are truly a performer with that clip.
I did not submit that.
Yeah, I've got a few
Sick.
tricks up my sleeve.
I'm so scared now.
No, it's gonna be
don't know what's
fine.
gonna be
No,
up
you're gonna be
there.
fine. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Michaela, can you explain how did you get into streaming? You know, that clip, it truly encapsulates you as a person. But I want to know, how did it all begin? Please stop crying. You know, we
Rest in
haven't
peace,
got to
my
that point.
eyeliner.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, how did I get into it? Okay, so there was a global pandemic a while ago.
What? No.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of crazy. But that kind of meant that I couldn't leave my house for a little bit. So my friends and I, because we had a Discord server where we'd play Minecraft until like 4 a.m. every single day. And it got to a point where one of my friends was like, you know, it'd be a really good bit. Like, you know, it'd be really funny. For winter break, we should try streaming, and whoever can get the biggest by the end of break would get $20. That was the whole bit.
That's all it was, $20, and you were set? That's
Dude, I was
crazy.
like 16. $20 is a lot.
That's amazing.
Like,
Okay, and how
yeah.
long have you been doing
And
it?
then, sorry?
How long have you been doing content for?
Ooh, let's see, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5 years.
5 years. Okay. And obviously now, moving on to Shelby, how long have you been doing content?
Just a little bit longer.
A little bit. And honestly, we need to move on to a clip with Shelby, so look at the screen.
No. Listen, I'm just a little gnome, but I have full netherite armor, full netherite tools.
Shelby, listen.
No, why did she, what?
Listen, it's the vibe, okay? It's the vibe.
I'm upset.
Don't be upset, you're so beautiful.
Yeah, why was hers like 10 minutes long?
So, Shelby, you've been obviously doing content for a while, okay? And how did you get into it?
Well, I would say I've probably been at it now about 15 years. And it all started with RuneScape, but that was just the beginning game that got me into finding out that people made videos like of video games. And then as soon as Minecraft came out, it came out in beta, all of my friends decided to all create a giant server together, and the rest has been history ever since.
Wow, and how many different okay, if you could think right now, how many different Minecraft servers have you been on? Could you give me a number?
Over a dozen. I've played all sorts of different characters. I started playing before roleplay was even a thing, and that took off later on.
Yeah.
I've lived a lot of different lives.
You've lived so many lives. And is there an era that, like, throughout your content journey that you really cherish? Like, is there a place you would stream from? Is there, like, what moment you're like, that was the best time?
Ooh, it's hard to pick, but I think that as soon as we started doing our Empires SMP seasons, that's when I really, yeah. I started investing the most in my like original characters and telling a story. Before that, I was kind of just messing around, making fun videos.
And having a fun time. All right, going back to Michaela real quick. So, did you start with Minecraft, or did you start with anything else?
So I actually started with Roblox. I know. No.
Ew.
No, okay, guys, like, you don't get it. You don't get it. It was
Okay.
like back when, like, Survive the Natural Disaster Tycoon was like a thing, but when people started hacking, I was like, I want to go play Bed Wars.
You were such an iPad kid, and I
literally, like...
You truly are. So you started, with the Bed Wars era? Is that the time of era you did it?
So, okay, when I started with content in Minecraft, yeah, it was around the Bed Wars era, but my first time, like, playing Minecraft was, like, Hunger Games.
Oh, anybody else like to play Hunger Games back in the day? Any Minecraft Hunger Games fans? Okay. Okay, we got some. That
I didn't say I was good at it, though.
That was such a good era, okay?
Did
And
you
there
ever
was
win the $20? That's what I want to know.
Oh, yeah.
I did win the $20.
Yeah, all right. So this whole streaming thing was worth it then.
Yeah, no, it was worth it.
What about
I
the other
regret
people you
nothing.
did the bet with? Do they still do content? The other people you were betting with, or?
One of them still mods for me, and we're all still friends, but I'm the only one that still does content.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're the lone survivor.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just me.
And I love that. And well, we spoke about Hypixel and Bed Wars just now. There is somebody on this panel that was a veteran when it comes to all these things. So let's look at this clip from Badlinu coming on the screen right now.
Hello, I'm going to use my magical powers to turn the light on. Wow, that worked.
Come on, look. Honestly, Freddy, how old were you in that clip?
10?
10. So
I was 10.
being a creator or entertainer was something you always wanted to do.
Oh, I've loved making videos for a very long time. I know. I think videos are just awesome. And then streaming as well. When I discovered that, it was just like a whole new world. It's great. I mean,
When did you get into Minecraft specifically?
I mean, I played Minecraft as long as I can remember, to be honest. It's just such a good game.
We like
best
Minecraft
game
here,
ever.
don't we?
You
We
can
like
do
Minecraft, okay? Yeah, we do. And what kind of games, like when you started out content and doing Minecraft, what was it you were really into?
I guess, I don't know, it's always kind of been like playing with my friends. And again, very early on when I was like 13, I had like a server of my own and all my friends played on it. And it was just, again, we did role play. And I don't know, I feel like it's just one of those things where there's so much you can do. And I like the competitive side of it as well. I don't know, I feel like it's endless. I could go on
there's
forever.
just like, there's so many people you could meet through it. There's so many people you can just play with. There's so many different things you can do with Minecraft specifically. And I mean, like I said, we're all come from different sides of the Minecraft community. And obviously, before we move on to all that, we got a little clip from Guqqie, who has been doing content for a little bit, but let's watch this clip. Don't be
really
scared.
I don't trust you.
It's empty.
Are you?
So I'm gonna let you explain exactly. I don't know if you guys saw what happened in that clip, but Guqqie, please explain what was going on.
So I was doing a subathon, and I didn't sleep, and then I fell asleep in the chair, and then I woke up on the floor.
Yeah, and I don't know if you could hear me in that clip as well. I was there, and I was giggling. I was like, "Oh my God, haha, she's fallen asleep!" And then all I heard was "boom," and I was like, "Well, I can't do much. I'm in Wales, you know. I'm not going to be able to come save you there." But that was obviously a very, very big clip of yours. When did you start getting into content?
Honestly, around the same time as Michaela, it was December of 2020, and I got into it because I was just seeing like clips and stuff everywhere, and I was like, go on, I've got nothing better to do. So, and I did it, and it worked out, and it was great.
Yeah, and would you say, what's the word? Obviously, you've been doing a lot of different things with content, but obviously we've done a lot of Minecraft stuff together, you know. I wonder why, there's like no certain reason. Maybe it's
we've done a little bit of things together.
A little bit of things. What has been like your favorite thing you've been a part of when it comes to Minecraft?
Area Unknown will always be.
Any Area Unknown enjoyers? Okay, cool.
My baby.
Yeah, a little baby. So we've all been around, you know, when it comes to Minecraft. We've been also just content in general. And that's obviously we're all friends outside of this, so we've seen each other grow. Did you just say are we? Not after this, if you continue.
We're rooming together.
Hold on. And the best thing about the Minecraft community is there's so many different people. And another kind of community that has that is the LGBTQ. Oh, God, I messed it up.
That's crazy.
Run it back,
Bro,
run
I
it
messed
back.
up the one thing I should not
That's
have.
insane.
The LGBTQ plus community. And that is something that we all are a part of. And obviously, being queer, you know, it is Pride Month, June 1st today, everyone. Happy Pride Month, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I know the majority of you guys are probably gay, so congrats.
Love the gays.
No, we love the gays. And the reason why we're all here is not just for Minecraft, not just for content, but it's also talking about who we are, our identity, and also our sexuality. And I want to talk a little bit about, you know, our experience with coming to terms with who we are, as well as coming to terms with maybe identity or how we got there. You know, maybe the high and lows, maybe the moments that we kind of were very curious and confused, as well as anything you think would help anyone out there, okay? So, Michaela, I want to throw it to you, if that's okay. When did you first discover or even question things about your sexuality?
So, okay. So, like, with me, it wasn't even necessarily, like, questioning things. I just kind of, like, growing up was like, yeah, everyone's kind of cool. Like, it was never, like, I'd be in school and I'd hear, like, oh, my God, like, so-and-so has a crush on so-and-so. Like, oh, my God, they're so hot. He's so hot. What have you done to me? She's so... Like, you know, you get the vibe, you get the point. And I kind of never had that. Or, like, people would be like, oh, what was your childhood, like, celebrity crush? I never really had that. I was never really, like, attracted towards anyone or anything. I'm asexual, if that was confusing. And, wow, we have the asexual couch, actually. They put us on the same couch.
Yeah, you kicked Guqqie off the asexual couch. What's that about?
I'd like to apologize.
Boo. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no, I just never, like, had that moment. I was just kind of like, oh, people are people. Like, I was like, okay, like, whatever. So then when I started getting more on the internet, actually it was around when we started being friends was when I
I'm never beating the allegations of making everyone queer, am I?
You make everyone gay.
Awkward.
I
But
used
yeah.
to literally text Amy and be like, I don't think, I remember like around when I had turned like 18, 19, I was texting Amy and I was like, I never like kind of thought I was straight. Like, I don't know. I'm never.
Day
around-
one being friends with Aimsey TV, suddenly you have questions.
Yeah, no, like, man, Aimsey TV turned me
Great. I'd hope not. But yeah, obviously, coming to terms with asexuality. Was there anything that helped you when you were coming to terms with that? Was there anything that maybe anyone else who was ace, or even was there something specific that made you think, this is what I am? I feel like this is my identity.
It wasn't like one specific thing, but I think like I've learned like a lot of my friends tend to not tend to be, oh my God, that's not what I mean. But like I've learned that I have a lot of friends who happen to also be ace, which was a thing that helped me kind of come to terms with it, because hearing them talk about it, and I was like, oh, I kind of feel the same way. It's a bit different than like Googling things and like having real people that have like similar like experiences. Yes, thank you. Like, yeah, just having like a lot of like friends in that space.
Yeah, I get you. It's always easier when there's like also.
Yeah.
It's not even you have to say anything, and as well, it's like nice that you can kind of just, this is what I feel, and we're like, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
And speaking of obviously another asexual, I've kind of collected them all today. I'm like a Pokemon trainer. Hello, Shelby.
We do tend to travel in packs.
Yeah, honestly, what is this about? I'm outnumbered. So with you and your asexual journey, how has that been? How did it start? Where did you begin?
Well, it actually makes me really happy to hear that Michaela said she was surrounded by people that were already openly asexual, because at the time that I was realizing that I didn't feel like I fit in with the people around me, that was not a word I had ever heard of. Instead, I would call myself broken, or I felt like there was something wrong with me. And I was like, I'm not like vibing with the way everyone else is. I'm not on the same path. But then I started Googling. I was probably in my early 20s. All throughout my teenage years, I ignored the things that everyone else was all talking about. I just wasn't ready to tackle it. And then I discovered asexuality.org. I learned all about it. I started asking questions in the community. And now I'm on the A spectrum. I'm also queer. And I'm glad that now there's so many more people open. There's so much more knowledge about asexuality. It has a lot of misunderstandings and misconceptions. So I'm always happy to be a part of spreading the message, getting the information out there.
It's such a big thing where obviously a lot of people who grow up and they don't have a circle they can connect with, they do this thing of, I feel broken.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like something's wrong with me. And especially with obviously the difference between you two, whereas obviously it's difficult to grow up and feel like you need to, it's as if you don't have anyone, so it must not be real. But we're at a point now where, well, I mean, in our friendship group, there is so many people who are ace. Is there anyone here who's asexual, by the way? God, I really do attract the aces. Oh my God, what's going on? And it's beautiful that you're able to now connect with so many people that are like that, or that are ace. It's amazing. It's very sweet to see. And obviously moving to Freddy as well. Hey, Freddy.
Give us a cheer if you're gay.
That's the entire thing, that's it. How did you come to terms with because you have been open for a very long time, especially during your content journey.
Yeah, I think as a person, I've never really been hiding much about me, but yeah, when it came to kind of discovering my sexuality, I don't know, I guess I kind of always knew a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's very weird when you're growing up and you're in school and things like that. It's not a very warm environment to be able to kind of be open about that kind of thing. So I was always very much kind of, I guess, in denial myself about it. You know, I was like, oh yeah, well, I can't be that gay, but I do kind of want to kiss a few boys. So I don't know. This is a bit confusing, but I don't know. I think for me, it was just about, I don't know. I guess I never really needed a label for it, but it was nice to have. I guess it was kind of nice to have a label so people knew.
And what label would you say you go by?
I mean, I'd say these days probably pansexual. Originally I came out as bisexual, but I don't really care. I'm very much attracted to people's personalities first, and then again, like, attraction grows through that, and that's kind of the way I feel. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you have anyone around you when you were first kind of coming out that was also?
Tubbo.
Did you say Tubbo?
Yeah, Tubbo was my gay awakening. I hate to say it. Yeah.
Wait, are you for real?
Yeah.
I'd say he's a lot of people's.
Yeah, no, he was. We had a lot of chats till 3 a.m. I was like, oh, wait.
Every time you remind me that this is true, I think I black it out, and I'm like, you tell me again, I'm like, oh yeah, no, that is actually true.
I feel like I like missed this part of your lore. Like.
Yeah, no, it's true.
It is true, it is true.
Although, yeah, definitely.
I mean, he's not your gay awakening now. Like, nothing there now, right?
No.
Oh, you're just making sure. That'd be really awkward,
No,
yeah.
definitely not.
Moving on, let's go over to Guqqie real quick. How was your identity? How was your discovery journey?
I feel like I'm still doing that.
Yeah.
I've kind of realized, bless you. I've realized over the years, I've kind of like, I've gone through not so many different labels, but I've kind of like, different stages of my life felt, I'm this label. No, actually I'm this label. Maybe not, actually. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, the labels have stressed me out so much and made me panic more about my sexuality. And I'm just like, I'm just me. And I wish I could get, like I'm definitely on the A spectrum. I know that for a fact. But everything else, I'm just like, the labels of putting myself in a box, and it scares me more than gives me comfort. And I know a lot of people find comfort in having those labels, and I wish I was like that, but I'm not. And I've
totally
come to
agree.
terms with that, and it's just, I'm just me.
You're just you.
I know I'm queer in some capacity. I know I'm ace, but I'm like, I want to find more about myself than stress about this part of myself. You know?
And that's obviously everyone being in the queer community, we all have like different journeys, and we actually have some questions that I've gotten from the public, and I'm going to say one of them now. So we have one which says, what role has the Minecraft or streaming community played in your queer journey, and what advice would you give to those who want to find inclusive and affirming spaces in their community? So we'll start it off real quick. Just, how has it played a big role in your content creator journey? Do you think your sexuality is a big part of your journey, or was it a conscious decision to make it? We'll hand this over to Michaela.
Well, so for me, so when I came into this space during the pandemic, obviously I was 16, 17, so I was still very young. But not necessarily, I didn't know anything about the LGBTQIA community when I was 15, before content creation. It's just not a thing that people would talk about. So by being online, obviously making the friends that I have, that was literally what made me start thinking obviously I'm not gay, but what else is there? I think that was what kind of started having me start doing more research and trying to figure everything out. And I'd also never heard the term asexual. I was just kind of oh, there's something there, but I just don't know what it is.
And what was the first time that you kind of showed your identity on stream? Because I think I do remember a point where, I think it was during an MCC where you picked up the ace flag.
Oh, that was with you.
It was with me.
It was literally with you.
That was for those who know MCC, any MCC enjoys? Okay, cool. There was a Pride MCC where you can kind of pick your own flag, and you get to wear that little flag during the entire event. And I do remember that was a big moment for you, because that was when I remember just seeing people in my chat be like, Michaela's asexual? And I'm like, howdy do it? What's going on? But was that something you consciously wanted to do, or was it just kind of spur of the moment?
I didn't want to make, not make it a big deal, but I just didn't want it to be a big, oh my God,
I get that.
Yeah, it was very scary for me, because it also, I feel it's really important to have a space where you can feel safe to do that. And I felt a lot safer online doing that, but in the back of my mind, I used to have this fear, which obviously it didn't end up being an issue, but I used to have a fear of, oh my God, what if people in my day-to-day life find out, and then it's a whole thing. So I just never, I was scared. It ended up being fine. Everyone's super supportive.
It's always the fear, and then it turns out to be sometimes okay, and it's oh, I was worried.
The day that we did that MCC, and I saw people's reactions and how supportive everyone was kind of the day that in real life too, not in real life, but you know what I mean, in person, I also kind of stopped caring. That was also the day I started dressing different too. I used to wear.
It's a big thing. It's showing your community that kind of big part of yourself,
Yeah.
it's very then, I feel like that's the big weight lift off your shoulders that you can suddenly then be like, I can now do this. I have the confidence to do this in real life. And it would be nothing without you guys. You guys have given us a big chance to figure out who we are and also do these things and experiments and see your reaction so then it can help us in real life. And we thank you for that. So you guys are very, very cool for that. And we got another question. Was there any creator who you turned to and went to before you came out and was there for support? Is there anyone who wants to take this?
I always kind of had like knew I was in some way ace, but I never really kind of accepted it. And I remember coming to you and being like, "Hey, I don't really know what I'm feeling and what to kind of like process this," even though I've always known that like when you said the thing about feeling broken and like not felt in place. And I looked into, like, when I was, like, a young teenager, looked into a lot of, like, queer spaces. And sadly, there was, like, a period where, like, asexual, like, people were, like, excluded from, like, the LGBT. And I remember seeing that and being like, okay, so this is maybe me. I'm feeling this way, but I'm not included. And it was a very big thing for me to be like, I'm shoving that down. I don't want to deal with that, actually. And then when me and you started the feelings started budding, I was like, I actually want to talk to you about this and get your input.
I remember it was a specific video that I think most asexuals have watched, or aromantic people, which is the Jaden Animations video.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I remember that because that was a video that I remember you watched, and I think that was, I watched it with you. And I remember that's where a lot of conversations sparked. And that's another thing why it's very important for creators to talk. Because even other creators can then open up conversations with people in their daily life. So shout out to Jaden Animations. I was not planning on shouting this out, but Jaden, we love you. Jaden, we love you.
That video is so important.
We love you, yeah.
It's such an important video.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I know there's, like, obviously within the LGBT community, there's a lot of, like, issues that have happened and people getting excluded, like, certain groups getting excluded, and, like, it's just, it can be really hard, especially when, like, that aspect isn't talked about so much. And it happens when you don't see people online. It's why representation is so important. But when you don't see people similar to you that you can relate to, you're like, I'm not normal, shove this back. Well, that's how I deal with it anyway. It's not a healthy coping mechanism by any means.
Yeah, please don't shove it back, guys.
Don't shove it back. Don't bottle things up. It will explode. But it happens.
Yeah, it does. And obviously, we're talking about a lot here about all this, but let's move on to the next topic. We've got so many topics to go through. And obviously, speaking about Minecraft and growing up, you know, we spoke about starting content creation, the journey with our discovery, and we're going to talk here about how have we seen our communities change, or other communities, whether it's in the Minecraft community or just in general, and how it's different from when we started and how we are now, you know? Like you said, some of us have been doing this for a very long time. Other people have been doing it for less. And would you say there's been a significant change in just how the audience reacts to things? I'm going to start with you, Michaela, if that's okay. Is there any point that you kind of went either good or bad, where you kind of looked at either your community or maybe another community and just felt a certain way?
I feel like I've also been doing this probably, well, about one of the least of most of you guys, but just because we started at the same time. But I feel like there's always been, I guess now, more openly queer people online, which is really nice. I feel like, well, they all call me an iPad kid, but like...
It's because you were.
Shut up. But it's okay. I have been on Instagram since I was 8. I know, oh my God, sorry. But you didn't see any like queer representation online, or at least I didn't when I was a kid. And I feel like now it's like everywhere that I see, but also like it's so nice to see.
It's been a significant change, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
like,
significantly.
especially within the queer community, as well as like, I mean, have you noticed a change since obviously when you came out on your stream? What, has your community become, it's gonna be a weird way to word it, but has your community become more queer since you came out, or has it stayed the exact same?
I don't even think it's that they became more queer. I just think they've started talking about it more. Like, I feel like it was kind of, I didn't necessarily avoid it, but it just wasn't something I ever brought up until I came out that, like, I don't know. I feel like everyone's more, I see a lot more rainbows in my chat. Like, a lot more rainbows.
That's so funny. That could be a metaphor, but it literally is just Twitch emotes. Just
I see more, like, Twitch emotes in my chat that are rainbow coded.
Yeah.
Like.
And now, Shelby, how would you say your community or other communities in general have changed since the beginning? Whether it's Minecraft, whether it's the queer community, just anything you've got.
I think one of the first things I thought of when you asked us this question is at the time that I started doing Minecraft online, there wasn't a whole lot of girls doing it. And the few of us that there were, we were always compared to each other. But I think one of the most special things also about it is that all of us who were girls 10 years ago that were starting Minecraft, we were the closest friends. We were so supportive of each other. It never became a competition. And now we have so many more women, we have so many more people, and we have just so much more openness, like Michaela mentioned. And I think that's been wonderful to see as a change.
Such more variety now. It's like, obviously, even now, yes, there could be still struggles with it, but it must have been, was it a difficult struggle back then where it's like either just the fact that it was kind of this core group of girls versus all of these men that were in the, dominating the field? Was there any moments you kind of felt left out, or was there any moments where you kind of like, this isn't that fun?
Something like that. I would feel a lot of the times like I was just an extension of the men that I knew.
Oh, yeah.
And almost every single time that I was in a video with a different man, or I had a lot of friends that were men, I was asked which one I was dating. Oh, wait, like a little bit of a forced heteronormative, she must be somebody's girlfriend.
There must be a reason why this girl is
that's the
here.
only reason she would be there. Or I was just the token girl to be there as a convenience. But it doesn't feel that way at all anymore. And we're so accepting of just people as they are now. And Minecraft has opened so many doors to people expressing themselves in different ways. And that's a lot of how we discover ourselves. So.
I was going to say, like, it's very interesting in the Minecraft community, especially because it's like, even though there is, I mean, every media and every community ever is always going to have people who are very like, oh, guy and girl together must be dating. Or they're siblings, because they can't just be friends.
Siblings are dating.
Siblings are dating, because the idea of two people being friends, you're crazy. But I would say, obviously, maybe in recent term, it has gone so much better. I mean, the Minecraft community is probably the only one where it's not as bad, but doesn't mean it still isn't good. But I'll give it to Freddy as well. How would you say the community's changed since you started, who has been doing this for quite a while as well?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like Michaela was saying. I don't think it's necessarily changed how people are feeling. I think it's just changed how open people are and how more information there is out there. I feel like when I was, again, watching and consuming content, when I was really getting into it at the start, I feel like the gay community felt a lot more niche. It was very much more, I feel like I had to search for it. And
you okay, Michaela?
It's really dusty up here, I'm sorry.
I thought you were crying.
Dude's battling hay fever.
It's really sad what I'm talking about, actually.
Oh, Freddy, we just love you so much.
Yeah, it's
right,
been
carry
hard.
on, Freddy, sorry.
No, I forgot what I was saying.
Gay
But yeah.
community, gay people.
Yeah. Gay, yeah.
Yay, come on! Oh, yeah. I agree. It's like also because of how many different kind of communities there are in the queer community. And it's going from like 0 to then 100. Now there's all these different kind of sides of it.
I do think maybe COVID was a helpful not that COVID was good, for the record, guys. That was pretty bad, actually. But it was a place where people didn't necessarily need to go and see people that they don't want to surround themselves with. I feel like in life you're sometimes forced to be around people that aren't, I don't know, they're not your vibe, they're not your community, they're not where I don't know, where you belong is important. And I think people had a space where they didn't have to worry about going outside and interacting with in places that they don't belong, so they could be themselves a bit more. They could talk about their sexuality without being scared to be confronted about it and have awkward interactions. I don't know, I think for me, having the community has just been amazing. It's helped me discover who I am. It's helped me, again, I felt like I could do anything and I didn't feel embarrassed. I didn't feel like I was being judged. I just felt like everyone was accepting. And I think that's what has been so amazing in the past decade, I think it's really taken a shift in terms of there is a very big space of where you can be yourself and you can, I guess, express who you are. You know, I know I used to love just putting on a dress because I knew that I wasn't going to get judged and I could try makeup and I knew that it wasn't going to be weird because, you know, I could explore that feminine side of myself, you know, and I think that is, I do think it's changed. I think it's a lot more.
It's a lot more progressive where we are right now.
100%.
And Guqqie, what about you? How would you say your community or other communities have changed since, you know, the beginning?
So when I first started streaming, I didn't really like have a thing of being like, I'm queer. I kind of just was there, you know? When people would come into my chat and be like, do you support gay people? I'd be like,
please say lesbian rights. Please say lesbian rights.
I'd be like, no. Banned. No, I wouldn't. But
I actually hate them.
I actually hate no.
That's crazy. Carry on.
I would be like, yeah, I'm in there somewhere. Where, I don't know. But I'm like, oh. But I remember there was a shift when, because Minecraft roleplay is a big part of my career, and I remember when I shifted my characters, multiple, to be more queer and have queer relationships and showing a representation, and then suddenly my community were like 95% queer because they're like, this is what I'm looking for, I want representation. And part of me is sad that there is like, a lot of people get their queer representation through Minecraft roleplay because other pieces of media won't give it. But in a way, I'm also happy that queer people are supplying that queer content because it is sharing their experiences and, like, because I put myself into a lot of my characters, representation-wise, and I don't know, people kind of flock to it.
Yeah. And obviously, being queer and also battling with the way that the internet can be sometimes is genuinely an achievement in itself. But there are other achievements that we have all achieved through playing Minecraft. And obviously everyone here, we're so good at Minecraft. Like, we got honestly,
the best.
Top five.
I'm S tier.
No, top 5 players ever, I think, genuinely. And I want to talk about some of the achievements that we haven't just got through Minecraft, but we have gotten in Minecraft. And Michaela, we are going to begin with you this time again. So let's go to the clip.
Oh, there's another one.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
Sorry, everybody.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. A wimbo way, 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 a wimbo way. It's still going.
We're going back.
The spruce forest, the mighty spruce forest, the lion is
Why do you keep doing this to me?
I would just like to say... So I don't know if anyone can tell, but can you see that I got my own clips from Michaela?
So they asked for clips for me, but I was really sick, so I just let Amy go through and pick all of my clips.
And was that a good idea?
Big mistake.
Yeah,
Big
clearly.
mistake. Also, you're the longest clips, which I think makes me laugh even harder. But I think that was honestly, but there is a reason why I did that clip. I think it's an achievement in itself to get so many people in a voice call to be quiet enough to just sing. Because usually being in Minecraft events and just events in general, especially with like a proximity chat and Discord, it gets loud.
Oh my God, I can't do it.
And the fact that you just started singing and everyone just joined in is just one of my, like, it's just such a silly thing that everyone went silent. They were like, oh, the gospel is singing. We need to get in. Like, we need to begin this. Has there been any significant moments playing Minecraft or through Minecraft that you can really highlight here?
Ooh.
Whether it's meeting people, whether it's something you've done that was on Minecraft, or what do you think?
Well, I feel like for me, Minecraft quite literally changed like everything about my life because like a big part of Minecraft that made Minecraft what it is for me is the current friend group that I have, which I quite literally met through a Minecraft server. Like if I didn't decide to start playing Minecraft and streaming Minecraft, I wouldn't have met this one and this one who I literally lived with. I wouldn't have met this one. I wouldn't have met that one. I probably wouldn't be here, to be honest. Like I feel like one Minecraft server quite literally changed the trajectory of my life.
Forever.
Also, area known, big shout as well because
Love that.
I love area
Who
known.
wants to know? No.
No, don't start.
one more round. Or
No.
Season 3.
So, yeah, there's a lot of achievements that can come through Minecraft, and it's not just exactly like winning an event. Sometimes it is just the people you can find through it.
Oh, yeah.
And we have another clip. Obviously, once again, we all do different types of Minecraft content, and another one, obviously, Shelby does a lot of different Minecraft content too. So let's go to this clip.
It's gonna be 5 seconds long.
It's a little small. You're going to realize later that I am the only one who thought of this as like a little outdoor, tiny, fun kind of activity. But it wasn't. For everybody else, this was a sick and twisted game.
I really like this clip, I'm gonna be so honest. It was just the way they go, sick and twisted game. And can you explain what is that video? What are you doing in this video?
That video was supposed to be hide and seek, except all of my friends created death traps instead.
Oh, so they just like, oh,
and
we're
I
doing
made a
death traps
cute
and
little
not telling
outdoorsy
you.
hide and seek map.
Okay. And obviously, you are a builder, right? You're very good at building. You're very good at making cool. I mean, every Minecraft server I've been on with you, I see you dedicating the majority of the time making the aesthetic of the house look beautiful. And by the time it's over, you're like, oh, all I've got is this house.
I literally never want to live next to you because I don't build like that.
No,
Like,
I bring up the property value.
Yeah, it's
You
bad.
bring
I
up the
can't live
property
there.
value of the Minecraft server. You heard it here first.
Get me into interior decorate.
What is your favorite part about, like, what is an achievement through Minecraft that really speaks to you?
Can I say a few?
Yeah, of course you can.
I've done a lot of things. Minecraft, also, my life would not be where it is right now if it weren't for Minecraft. I wouldn't live in LA where I do. I wouldn't know all the people that I do. And there have been so many what were dreams of mine as a kid, once in a lifetime opportunities, all thanks to Minecraft. I got to host Minecon, which was one of the coolest things. And I got to do it with one of my best friends. I got to model in Paris, which was one of the most insane that I could even say out loud. And then it's just such a wild ride that I have been able to do all of these different things. And then probably the most insane, because it was something I wanted ever since I was a little girl, to be a little actress on Disney Channel. And I was on a Disney show for a period of time, and that was like the biggest dream come true. And it was all because of everyone that I met playing Minecraft and just so many friends along the way supporting me. And I couldn't be more thankful for everyone I met along the way.
When it comes to talking about these achievements, is there anyone that's been with you from the beginning? Is there anyone that's been there that you're like, this is someone that's been able to lift me up and support me?
Every time we're at a convention like this, it's me and Scott Smager will bond over the fact that we have been in this space for such a long time together, and all of these opportunities I did have with him. And I couldn't ask for someone more special to have been able to do it with. Shout out Scott Smager.
Scott Smager.
Could he hear us if we like yell loud enough? Is he over there?
Oh, he has a meet and greet
Like
right
in
now.
theory, if we all like yell,
Oh, he's
like,
at a
we
meet
love
and
you-
greet, isn't he?
He's over there.
Can
Scott,
I?
if you
Can I
hear
try
this,
something?
I love you.
Guys, on the count of
Guys,
three,
okay,
can we all yell, I love you, Scott
Okay, wait.
Smager?
Ready? Okay, on the count of three, we're going to just scream Scott Smager. Just Scott Smager. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Scott Smager! Do you think he heard that?
Did he look over?
Maybe they're finished now. I'm not sure.
Oh, that'd be
He
really
does not care
awkward.
about us. He does not care about us.
Does
We
not
love
get-
Scott.
Okay, what's the word? So there's a lot, obviously, Scott has been with you from the beginning and going through all of this. And has there ever been a time where you kind of look back at all the achievements you've done and you go, that's just, you kind of have a moment to be like, that's just crazy. Like,
Yeah, all of them.
all of them, every single one.
I feel like I describe it as it feels like I've been struck by lightning over and over again. I just feel like it's constantly luck that I am still here.
It cannot be luck if you've done it that many times. Maybe it's just because it's you, Shelby.
Yeah,
'Cause,
maybe
can
you're
we get some love for
talented
Shelby? Come
and
on.
cool.
And
Crazy.
so endearing.
Thank you.
Yeah, so many amazing achievements. And obviously, we got also Freddy, who's been doing this for a while as well. Let's look at this little clip that's coming on the screen real quick.
3, 2, 1, go. Yeah.
Yes! Oh, yes, I'm so good. Oh, hey, come on, I landed on wall bucket. Let's get some more noise. Sorry, I was just trying to kill you in the air.
So why the beard? I need to ask.
I don't know. I bought it for a video.
Okay.
I can't remember why. I think it was a skit I was doing, and then I just started. I don't know. I started using it as a sub goal because I think it was just fun. I just always like dressing up. I don't know. I feel like I never grew out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Looking very good.
Yeah.
I feel like I
still have
never
that
grew
beard?
out of like I don't know, putting on different outfits and I don't know.
Doing little funny bits to make people laugh.
I guess I always felt like I could become a different person for a bit, which was always quite fun. I don't know.
And what would you say is a big achievement that you've gotten through Minecraft, or even just playing Minecraft and who you've met through it?
Well, I mean, there's so much. I mean, again, it feels like I'm always doing new things, and I can't process them, you know. But from playing Minecraft, I mean, I used to be very competitive. One time I got a 100 Bed Wars win streak.
Oh, come on.
That was pretty sick, you know. But no, I mean, it keeps on going. I mean, I literally went on tour last year around America. So, like, to have got that all just from playing Minecraft, I mean, it's crazy what this game and, I don't know, streaming on Twitch can do. It's incredible.
Is there anyone you've met that's still in your life through Minecraft specifically, whether it's back in the day or whether it's now? Is there anyone you've met on there and you were like, we're going to be friends for a very long time?
I mean, obviously, all of you guys.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, you shouldn't have. Keep going.
Yeah. I mean, when I first met Tubbo, it was like crazy because me and Tommy were doing a stream together, and he's always been my friend from a very young age. So we've kind of shared that journey. And then I remember just seeing him, and Tom rated him, and we were like, oh my God, this guy's really cool. Like, I want to talk to this guy. I want to be friends with this guy. And then we just kept talking to him, and actually, like, it was crazy because it was the first time I was like, wait, I can have friends who are from a completely different part of the country, and
still talk to them every day.
I don't have to just be friends, which was very, I think, impactful for me because I struggled to make friends, I think, when I was growing up. So for me, it was like, wow, no, I can find my people. So yeah, I guess, but like everyone I meet, I guess, through doing this has become my friend. I don't know, it's just really special. You know, it's crazy the way that life works.
It is. And when you first met like Toby or Tubbo for the first time, was there a moment you were like, yeah, we're gonna see this till the end. We're gonna stick this through, because you guys are still as close as probably the day you met.
Yeah. Well, about a year after we met in person for the first time, and I think I just knew. I was like, yeah, you're a friend for life. Like,
is it weird now knowing that you all live in the same like area as well?
Yeah, it's
that's a huge thing as well.
I mean, I used to talk. I mean, I still do talk to myself a lot, but I would always imagine conversations of when I was older, like pretending that like I was living in a house with all my mates and things like that. And the fact that now, like, yeah, I do live around all my mates. It's really cool.
It's huge.
Crazy.
It's crazy how it's like starting from there and where we are now.
Yeah, it was always a dream for me.
Yeah.
I've always loved Minecraft. I've always loved making YouTube videos, streaming. It's just the fact that that's what we're doing right now is just very special. You know.
It is. It's something you can't really like replicate, is it? And we have another clip now coming on with it's just Guqqie's achievement. I don't think there's any audio, so we're going to talk over it. You can just explain what's happening, but let's get on to Guqqie's clip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow, I love the standing up t-shirt. This is great. What happened in this clip?
So I was in shock. That's why there's no audio, because we just won MCC, and then there's Amy running on, because we're gay.
Okay.
And I was in shock because we obviously just won MCC. This is the last Rivals that I was in.
This is a clip of me and you hugging. This is like, wow.
Well, I remember the security stopped you when you were trying to go, because Amy was in the audience. And
I was taking photos.
Like, what? And then, I had to get my Sonic hoodie. I had to match Sneak because he was Eggman. And, you know.
Was this a big achievement for you?
Yes.
Winning in front of a huge stage and just.
Huge. So I actually I've not really spoken about I'm just not gone.
I love this chair angle, by the way. This
is beautiful. Like my chair. It's like when I fell off.
Yeah, true. Two of your clips today have just been your chair. But yeah, tell me more about the wedding.
So something really funny. I've never told this to Scott. I was such a big fan of MCC. It was one of the reasons why I started streaming, because I really liked it, and me and my sister would watch whenever the episode, whenever the next one would come on. I watched from MCC 8 onwards, and we would bounce between the teams, because we didn't really have a specific team we liked, but we just really enjoyed. Me and my sister, we'd get snacks in, and no one could bother us because it was our 3 to 4 hours of time to watch, and then as time went on, I was like, I became like a Minecraft content creator, and I was like, this is a possibility, but if it doesn't happen, I love seeing all my friends playing it because I know it is such a well-made and fun event. And then one day Scott came to me and he was like, you're gay. Let's do Pride MCC.
Oh, scariest thing in the world. Scott's
you're
major.
gay?
Yeah, Scott's major going up to you going, you're gay. Like, scariest top 10 things that can probably happen.
That's how it happens.
That is how it
become
happens.
gay.
Yeah, it's true.
You just go, okay.
Yeah, okay, man.
Yeah, so it just, I love playing an MCC. I play it whenever I can. It's like, it's just it's so fun. And I remember when I was like asked to like come on, and I was like, yes, please.
Yes, okay.
And I had to pretend, I was like trying to pretend to be nonchalant, like, oh, what's this game? I don't know what this game is.
And are there any other achievements that you can see through Minecraft? Like, is there any moments that, since you've been playing Minecraft, since you've been streaming Minecraft, just even from the beginning of your content journey, that really sticks out?
Achievements.
You know, meeting your really cool girlfriend would probably be a really good one. Just saying, oh, you know,
your best friend you get matcha with and stuff. Like,
I don't think that's an achievement for me. I think that's an achievement for you, babes. But
we're having words after this, babe.
Yeah?
We're having words. Carry on.
Achievements. I don't know. There's a lot that's happened in the last 5 years, and I feel like it's hard to pinpoint. I feel like Minecraft has very much helped me. I've always known that I've loved storytelling, and Minecraft's such a good
I mean, I've got
medium.
an achievement for you.
What?
You started with OC storytelling, and now you're making a comic. Like,
I didn't want to talk.
talk about it.
I
What
guess
do you
that's
mean?
the thing.
talk about it.
I make a comic.
I made a comic. Yes.
Tell us about it.
Talk a little bit about it.
Okay, so it's called Temper. I upload it on Webtoon Canvas. It's a little fantasy Dungeons and Dragons type thing. I've spent nearly 3 years working on the world, and I have a whole big story planned for it, but I didn't want to go straight into it and be silly and not know what I was doing. So what I'm working on now is a prologue of one of the main characters, Abigail, and she's an angsty little guy who hates magic, but will maybe one day like magic, and also like someone who is queer. And there's Noodle. We love Noodle.
There is a lot of cute things, but that is a big achievement. It's obviously something that you begin with, like I said, we all start in Minecraft and creating these stories or just playing it, and then like going on tour, making a comic, everything that Shelby's achieved and everything that you're achieving now as well. It's like, great. You've been able to travel the world, live in the UK as well, with 2 people that you met from a Minecraft server, by the way.
I know.
And also Shelby.
That's dangerous. Don't do that, by the way.
I did the same thing.
That's dodgy, that's dodgy, that.
We are not
Amy
good at
had
teaching
to like
you.
add my mom on Facebook and like message her on the holidays.
No,
being
no,
like,
you
Happy
do not.
birthday.
That's my best friend. Do not talk about your mom here. That is my best.
I love her.
I was about to say her full name. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, I was about to be like, I love, and I was like,
Yeah.
don't say
They
that.
made like a nickname for my mom and everything. My mom, which my mom knows about, by the
I
way.
love
where
her,
Amy
Mom.
goes glow glow.
I
like, all the
just
time.
love women. Okay, it's fine. But now we're going to talk a little bit about. Obviously, there is a question. We've got some more Q&A questions for those here who have dabbled in the world of Minecraft role playing and stories and everything like that. I want to. Whoever can have this question, you can take it. But how do you keep making original characters in all of these different servers without recycling them? Or are there any moments where you do try and recycle a little bit about one and maybe change anything? And anyone can take this if you want to. You both. Well, you know what? You can both have it. Shelby, you go first.
You go first, Shelby, and then I'll follow.
Okay. We probably all actually relate to this, but I think every one of the original characters that we make is always a little piece of ourselves.
Yeah.
It comes from something real. And so I always take a little piece and I flesh out a whole character about it. And I guess I'm exploring my own feelings through my own characters. But at a certain point, after I came out as being asexual, I was like, every character that I am and ever will be will also be asexual. And through this, I'm able to also represent the spectrum in all of its different ways. Everyone who is on the spectrum who is ace can live their life so differently, and their stories will all look different. So I was like, I want all of my characters to show that spectrum.
That's really beautiful. Let's get some love for that. That's amazing. It's also really nice because obviously people that are then watching these characters unfold, you know, maybe there's one you've done that they didn't really relate to in terms of asexuality, but then there's another one and they go, oh, wait a minute, I'm like that, and that's really
Every
really
new
cool.
character I connect with even more than the last one. I was like, I think it's a lot of self-discovery is what's happening.
100%.
Yeah.
What about you, Guqqie?
I often recycle the theme of grief because I think it's such an important emotion and is such a hard one to process. And like with Guqqie, she's grieving going home, like not like losing home, and then Guqqie grieving that like they don't.
The
Like,
context is, if you don't know what this is, it's like the start of like all different servers we've been a part of.
yeah,
So C, area unknown.
all of my Minecraft OCs and characters have a very prevalent, they are grieving something, and I love exploring that because everyone deals with grief in such a different way. No matter if you're grieving like someone passing or like you're losing something, it's such, I think it's one of the most like intense emotions, and I find it so, it sounds so messed up. I find it so fun to figure out different ways of showing grief because I think I myself am very much, I've spoken about it earlier, like shoving things back, and I'm like, grief, no, don't deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. That's fine. We're going to move on for another day. But it's such a thing that I know a lot of people really struggle with, and I always want to show different ways of it, you know?
Exactly. Like Shelby said, as well as you do find out pieces of yourself throughout these kind of things. Whether it be, maybe there's something that, let's say, upsets you in the moment, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm playing this character, but I'm actually quite upset. And that's the fun thing about role-playing. The same thing with like D&D. It's just how it goes. I've got another question here, which is, what do you find the most rewarding about making content with Minecraft, or just how you've been making content? And Michaela or Freddy, if you want to take this one.
You or me?
Yeah, I mean,
Freddy, you take it.
Ladies first.
Is there anything rewarding about making Minecraft content?
Yeah,
you like?
I love, I think for me, I do like building, which is something that, again, I feel like I don't do a lot on streaming itself, but when you complete a build, I find that very rewarding. I don't know about you guys.
I can't
working
build.
on a project. But
One
that's
day
the
I
thing,
will.
neither can I, and I think that's always, something that I like putting a lot of time into, because when it's done, I'm sat there and I'm like, oh wait, I just made that. That's actually kind of huge.
Great. Is there anything else? Like, obviously, I know you like building, but what about obviously back in the day when you would get, is there like any streak of like a Hypixel Bed Wars or anything like that that has been really like something that's seeped into your personal life where you're like, I'm proud of that?
I guess for me, okay, the big one, I used to be, any Hypixel players in the audience? Yeah. Again, I love Hypixel, and there was a big Hypixel community amongst that, but for me, there's this one thing called YouTube rank, and
yes, of course.
it's literally all I cared about for years. Again, I didn't particularly ever see myself like, I think a bit of me always thought I could, do this forever, but YouTube rank was that one thing that I knew I'd get, and I just had to keep going for it.
Yeah,
so
YouTube
when I got
rank,
it,
yeah.
it was just, I still get giddy about it now.
Especially because you grew up with obviously people having it, so you're like, I have that now. I'm like that.
Yeah, it hasn't really worn off. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's so many things. I feel like it's so hard when you've been doing it for so long. I feel like you could talk about anything. I feel like there's like tens and
so many
tens
different
of things that I could talk about.
YouTube rank's a funny one because it's like, that's why we had to kick out Ollie Haggy Hate Me. He couldn't get it for a while, so we just had to get rid of him.
Shout out.
Right there.
Where is Ollie? Is he in the
Right there.
Yeah,
My
we had to get rid of him.
girls'
We had to
I
get
keep
rid of him.
zoning out, and every time I zone out, I'm staring at Ollie. It's really funny.
Hi, Ollie. We love you. Hi. Love you. There you go.
Hello.
Hello. And there's another question here, which is actually, I want to give this to Shelby, which is, how do you navigate the Minecraft YouTube space, especially when it feels like a lot of people are just making whatever is trending at the time? Because obviously, I think out of all of us, if I'm correct, you're probably the one who does the most YouTube Minecraft stuff. And would you say it's difficult where we are now, or would you say it's easy to kind of just upload and do what you do?
I never would say it's easy.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's an interesting kind of difficult, but as far as like what's trending, I feel like as a content creator in Minecraft, I've never been the one kind of following what was the hot trend. Like Minecraft butt was a really big trend. Bed Wars was a really big trend. We had Do Not Laugh was a really big trend. But my focus on YouTube for the most part of my career was focusing on my core community and I've always had sort of a moderate sized community, and I've just maintained that for my whole career and focused on them. And I made my own stories, and we found our own people. And so I didn't really follow what trended, but that is maybe even harder. So I'm out here shooting in the dark, not really sure.
And it is still paying off. I mean, look where we are, you know? And so would you say it's like, is it a struggle sometimes if you see, let's say, other creators that maybe you think they're all kind of following suit with that kind of concept? Or do you think it's hard sometimes that you feel like you're the only one kind of just uploading and hoping for the best?
Yeah, I mean, I think
sometimes
we're probably all out here uploading and hoping for the best. Sometimes I find I get the imposter syndrome because my friends around me are also all so creative, and everyone has all these
Bless you.
Everyone has all these amazing original ideas, and I wonder how I'm even around them and in the same space as them. But we are all so talented in different ways. Minecraft is such a big community that so many different skills can shine. And even just storytelling, Minecraft is such a great field for creative expression.
Yeah. It can be such a pickle sometimes, just trying to go through everything. But honestly, I almost fell. What we're going to do now is, obviously, it isn't always easy. Like you mentioned when you started this, it isn't easy. It's not always fun as well in the content creator space. We're going to get a little bit deep here, so if you guys are ready for this, lock in. But the content creator space and the Minecraft space, it's a good thing that's ever changing, but at the same time, there are a lot of things that individually, a lot of us have had to challenge and deal with, and it's not always fun, you know? There's only so much good in every single community in the entire world, and with the good comes the bad. It's not just Minecraft specific, it's everywhere specific, you know? We can't always have everything being 100%, and it doesn't mean a community in itself is bad, it just means the bad few are more vocal. Are there any moments where you've been streaming, whether it be Minecraft or just anything, where you've just kind of felt with yourself a little bit lost, or any moments that you've kind of gone, I want this to change because it's difficult, you know, it's something that is just a struggle that you want to overcome? And we're going to start with you, Michaela. Go as hard as you can, don't hold back.
Okay.
Michaela was worried about going too hard on this, and I said, don't go say everything you need to.
This is a safe space.
It's a safe space with many, many people and also being live streamed. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know if you guys can tell. I am black.
What?
I know. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
And I feel like a running theme, at least I see it quite a lot, is I am one of the few, sometimes the only black person in events or servers or just like in like groups. And it's been something that has been pointed out to me since I started content creation. I think one of the things I was really worried about when I got into the Minecraft space is I would see on Twitter all the time like, Happy Black History Month, here's 5 black creators you can watch for only this month and then ignore the rest of the year. And I didn't want that attention because I didn't want to be, and I still kind of don't want to be the token black creator, the token black girl that's in like the friend groups. And that is something that like I would like to see a change in. I feel like there are so many great creators of color in general, both female and male, but I feel like they're not being as
uplifted in a way.
as uplifted, as seen. And I'm very fortunate to even be sat here with you guys, but I would like to see more of an increase of that. And I could rant about this for days. I've been thinking, I've been telling Amy about this for years. Like,
I am Amy. It's something that you've struggled with for a while. Specifically what you said about the Black History Month, whereas I remember one time you spoke to me about that, whereas you don't want to just be part of a quota. Whereas like somebody just uses your name and likeliness to go, that's enough activism for today.
I feel like it's like, I've seen this before where I've seen like, we need more blank, like I've seen it online a bunch where I've seen like, we need more blank creators on blank. And then it'd be like, oh my God, let's add Michaela Dark Eyebrows in. And I'm like, I don't want to be that. I just want to be like me. Like, I think it's cool. Like, obviously, like I like hanging out with everyone. I love being invited to things, but I hate just being seen as, oh, she's the black friend. Oh, she's the black creator. Like, I just want to be the friend, the creator.
Yeah, there's nothing in like front of it. You just want to be Michaela.
Yeah.
100%. Passing this to Shelby, is there any hardships you've dealt with or anything similar to what Michaela has said where you've kind of gone, I wish this would change?
Yeah, I think something as I've gotten older that I've learned is a little bit sharing less. As much as I love sharing my life, I love talking about my experiences. It can also be a little bit hard for other people to understand boundaries and respecting personal space or So I've just sort of leaned into sharing a little bit less, keeping more of my peace to myself. But I'll never stop talking about my experiences. I'll never stop sharing.
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
I think a lot of us struggle with some people will get really attached to us, which I can only be grateful that there are so many people that even look up to me, but we also shouldn't be idolized. We shouldn't be obsessed over. And there's so much of our lives and ourselves that are offline that just, we are whole people that you don't know, but we love to share what we can with you, and we love and appreciate the support. But a little bit, I'll keep to myself.
It's nice to kind of hold on to that kind of anonymity sometimes, where it's like, I don't know. Obviously, being a creator, it's the thing we always get told, which is like, well, don't become famous if you don't want these things happening. And I never use that term. I never say I'm famous, or I don't think that kind of word. But I remember, like, it's that thing where you begin to complain about something like, let's say, someone digging into your personal life, and you're like, hey, don't do that. And it's like, well, you shouldn't have gotten famous for that. And it's like, wow, wrong answer. It's like, that shouldn't be how this works, and I shouldn't then be made to feel guilty about that.
Yeah.
Not wanting to share this piece of me when I share so much anyway.
And I think a lot of the time we're under a microscope, and what's nice is we're in such an open space where people are accepting, so it can be safe, but sometimes it doesn't feel safe.
Yeah. And what about you, Freddy?
Yeah, I think my biggest struggles kind of came from, obviously I want to be very open about my sexuality and who I am and things like that, and I want to be hopefully a role model for people, hopefully help people kind of discover their own sexuality. But with that comes, I guess, a bit of pressure, because you kind of, I know you're putting yourself out there a lot, and again, like, I don't know.
It's easy to get scrutinized when like you're being very open about these things, because then you kind of have an expectation to uphold of like, I don't know, you get made to feel like you have to be the one that is, like, you know, you come out as queer, you want to make a queer community, but then it can get scary sometimes.
Yeah.
You're like, I am now under all this pressure with people on the internet being awful, and sometimes you think to yourself like, I wish I just never started, because was it worth all the grief that's now came with it?
Yeah, and obviously it's like, it's a big part of who I am, but there's a lot more to me than just my sexuality. And and I think that's the thing. I think a lot of people assume that, you know, it has to be your whole personality, and it's like, you know, there's a lot more to me than that. You know, masculine, feminine sides. I like to present in different ways, you know, and I don't know.
100%. And now, Guqqie, is there anything that following up on what everyone said?
I mean, I agree with a lot of the stuff that Shelby said. And I think, honestly, the community is very passionate. And I think that's a good thing. But passion isn't always good. And something that I've had to deal with, as well as you, because we're in a public queer relationship, sometimes people don't like that. And they can be very, very cruel and horrible. And it's not something that normally, people aren't equipped for that. Like,
there's no textbook to deal with this kind of thing.
You don't, like I remember just the influx of like support when we came out. And then also there was also a wave of just negativity, and I was like, I'm not going to focus on this right now, but it's something that will come up every so often, and it's, I don't know.
Being queer is just, it's a beautiful thing to be able to talk about online, and it's something that I'm so glad I can. But like obviously Guqqie just said, it gets hard sometimes, because you have these moments, you have these feelings, and sometimes you'll be having, you know, everyone deals with awful people online, and it's something I think we've all built a tolerance up to. I feel each of us have probably built up a tolerance to all this stuff.
Hard
but then,
skin kind
yeah,
of. Yeah,
but then there'll just be that one day you wake up wrong, you go live, and you're live for, let's say, 5 minutes, and suddenly there's a chat message, and it's just someone completely dissecting everything about who you are. And it feels like all of these years of raveling up this kind of persona that you don't really care, it just goes. And there is nothing you can do. And you kind of sit there and you think, am I actually equipped to deal with this? Or have I just been pretending to be? And it's a difficult one. It's really, really hard. It's a life lesson, really, where it's like sometimes these things, like I said, nobody is equipped to deal with getting hate for having an identity.
We were never meant to be seen or judged by this many people.
Yeah, we were.
No,
that's the thing. Yeah,
exactly.
being perceived in every sense of the word, and it's such a beautiful thing. But obviously, with everything that is beautiful, like I've already said before, there are the ugly sides of things too. And yeah, there are some hardships with doing this, but we've still got some more things to talk about. So I did ask you all to submit some questions if you guys follow me online. I made sure to get some questions from you guys, and we have a lot of questions, okay? So we're gonna go, there's not gonna be a Q&A session with a mic. We're gonna actually just do this virtually. I'm gonna read some, you guys are gonna listen. Hopefully you've been listening this entire time, otherwise that'll be really embarrassing. Let's get into it. So this is gonna be about everything. So this is going to be about streaming. It's going to be about getting into streaming. Maybe there's some question about queer identity. And I will read them out and hand them off. Shelby can't read the teleprompter. I was literally just looking at it, so I'm going to read these out. We've got a question which says, what would be the best route to getting affordable streaming equipment? If there's anyone here that maybe you figure out a way, you know, there's some people that want to start streaming, but they're genuinely not sure. They need the best budget. How would you give someone advice to do that?
Okay, I'll be real. I can't give advice on this fully. I can half and half. You'll see why. Anyway, when I started streaming, I was in high school. I didn't have any money. I didn't have a desk. I didn't have a chair. You literally don't need a proper computer setup in order to stream. I think I literally used an English textbook and a laptop. And then I used my laptop's microphone and my laptop's camera. As long as you have even a phone would work. Like, you don't, not even necessarily gaming. You could just be like a chatting streamer and just use your phone on the Twitch app. Like, I feel like as long as you have like the bare minimum of like a camera and a mic, you don't really need like a proper setup. But you can also find some very like cheap things on websites and like stores in person, like secondhand as well. Anybody else?
Yeah. Well,
I just want to say my first ever stream was on my Xbox.
And honestly, if it works, it works.
It works.
What about you, Freddy?
Overcooked. It was great.
Yeah, I did an Xbox stream as well, yeah. No, I mean, one thing I always found is I tried to figure out any way possible to, again, I mean, equipment builds up over time, that's the thing. I think for me, like, I started off on a laptop, and again, I built it up. I bought myself an SSD. I took out the disk drive and I like put an SSD, which is like storage, and I put that in my laptop, and I slowly got a monitor, and then eventually I just got a job. I got a paper round, and I just worked my ass off basically until I could afford
what you can.
I can. So yeah, if you can get a job, I would heavily recommend. It definitely helps.
If you can get employed,
That's
please
insane.
do. No, but yeah, what Frey said about setup building up over time, that is genuinely so true. The one piece of advice I always give to people is don't start big. Everything you earn from content creation, you put back into content creation, because otherwise it's a build up for you. And obviously if you're from like a less fortunate household and stuff like that, speak to people around you too. There may be a friend of yours that has a working laptop that you could just borrow until you get your stuff sorted. Don't be afraid to ask for help with these kind of things. You have anything you want to say for that?
I was going to say the exact same thing. Use what you got. And I started also on a laptop with a Turtle Beach headset, and I kept that for years. And it was awful.
Okay, we're going to go to a kind of different one here, which is, what are some of the... This is funny considering what you said earlier. What are some of the different Hear Me Out style gay awakening characters? And also, what is our favorite Minecraft update chapter? Love whoever added this. Okay. Does anyone have a Hear Me Out of like a fictional character that you go, guys, that was a gay awakening, like hear me out?
Oh, we've talked about this before.
If you say Shadow the Hedgehog, I'm kicking you off the stage.
No, I wasn't gonna. You didn't even have to bring that up.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say Jade West from Victorious when I was a kid.
Jade West from Victorious.
That's not
everyone's.
Hear Me
Oh my
Out.
God. What about you, Guqqie?
How tame?
How do you say how tame?
How tame do I gotta be?
As tame as you can be.
That's very
Do
difficult.
we have to be tame? Like half?
Did we just shout no? Who's the freaky one in the audience? Don't say whatever you want.
I mean, I feel like Blaze is a safe one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if she gets to say that, Shadow.
But
Fine.
Shadow isn't like a gay awakening.
Well, no,
but
but
hear me out.
I just think it
Oh,
like it
hear me
pairs.
out.
And, like, hear me out, gay
Yeah.
awakening type vibe. You know?
Okay, there's a specific episode of Ben 10.
Right, girl, what?
No, I'm on board.
Yeah.
It's when he's like, for some reason, he's like aged up. And suddenly, I remember watching at like age like 9 and being like, whoa, a minute. What's happening there?
What in the world
Hey,
is
Danny
going
Phantom,
on this
though?
panel?
Danny Phantom?
Danny Phantom.
I never watched Danny Phantom.
Oh,
Come on.
Also, the twins from Johnny Test.
What about you, Freddy? What's a hear me out for you?
I'm really trying to think here.
Yeah, I can't think of
fictional
anything.
characters. Oh.
Oh.
No, I'm having to be careful here what I say.
What do you mean?
what do you mean you have to be careful?
I don't know. I've been in a lot of, I guess, fandoms.
Oh yeah. What's a fandom that you were in for a very long time?
I mean, I used to have a Harry Potter stan account. I don't know if
What? You had a Harry Potter
I don't
stan
know if-
account?
I don't know if, yeah.
Wait, who was your favorite? Was it Draco Malfoy?
Nah, you know what? It wasn't. No,
Who
no,
was it?
no. It's difficult.
Was it Ron?
There's so many.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I did not know you had a Harry Potter stan account, but it does kind of checks out, doesn't it? It does kind of
Yeah,
check
I was.
That's crazy.
out. It does. I love how deep you're trying to think about this, by the way.
I'm trying. It's difficult because I feel like it changed.
Yeah.
I feel like it changed.
That makes
I
sense.
know. I like Remus Lupin a lot. Yeah.
Wait, what'd you
But
say?
then now I got older. I don't know.
Who's a big fan of the Marauders here? I just recognize, okay.
The Marauders.
Yeah, you gay people.
The Marauders were, definitely probably up there.
I mean, you guys kind of went pretty tame apart from that. I mean,
I can go worse.
I used to get
But
gender,
we're live.
I can go worse
I used to
as
get
well.
gender euphoria from Fix It Felix, from, I don't know why you guys are laughing.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, that's my boy. Lay off. Dude, I love that man. I see
wait.
him and go, that's me.
There is one I just thought of.
Who?
I don't know if you've seen My Little Pony.
Girl. Okay, who is this about to be? Is it about to be Disco?
No, I forgot,
Discord?
I forgot what his name is.
What's he look like?
No, have you seen the Equestria Girls? Like when they're people. Who's the guy in that? The guy who plays the guitar.
Girl, you're giving buzzwords to me right now. Does anyone know who he's talking about? Say it again?
Flash, that's it. Flash
Okay,
Sentry,
there we go.
yeah,
Oh my
that's it.
god, oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, that makes sense for you, I'm going to be honest.
I don't know, I like music, so
You like
that
music.
was why.
That should just jog a memory for me that I would probably say the entire cast of Teen Titans. All of them.
Okay,
Oh
valid.
yeah, Beast Boy also gives me
All
gender
of them.
euphoria. I mean, I feel like that's typical. I also love Raven.
I didn't know if I wanted to be Raven or be with Raven.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how I feel about Raven and
Yeah.
Starfire.
What were you going to say?
I want to be Starfire.
Yeah, I love Teen. We could be Teen Titans.
We could cosplay this.
We
I
could
dressed up as Raven for Halloween twice.
Guys, put online who's who from Teen Titans, okay?
Yeah.
The purple hair. I do have
Now,
the purple
we're
hair.
going from a really upbeat question, we're going to a very interesting one again, which we actually kind of tapped on, really. Have there been any moments in your career where you have regretted being public about your sexuality? Or do you wish you just kept it a secret for a little bit longer and held on to it?
I'll start. It is always a question of if I regretted it or not coming out in public, because people seem to think it's an invitation for very invasive questions, which I'm not usually open for answering very invasive questions. And it comes with a lot of stereotype and judgment and assumptions. And I would have liked to just be gotten to known as myself first. And that's another thing. We talked about labels earlier as well. Labels are meant to be for ourselves, to find comfort, find community. And as soon as the label is not serving ourselves or describing our experience, we are free to just be open people and live our experience and not put a word to it. And that's more the vibe I'm on nowadays.
Yeah.
But I'll never regret coming out, because it also was a lot of they also discovered asexuality through my coming out. And did I ever tell you how I came out?
No. Am I going to laugh, or is it going to be good?
No, it's good.
Okay.
I was on Anthony Padilla's channel, and he was doing an interview with asexuals, and I heard about it beforehand, and I was like, I've known in private that that's how I felt. I'm going to DM him and see if I can get in on this. And in the moment, I forgot the word coming out, and so I said it was my debut.
Oh,
That's huge, though.
Oh, Shelby Shubble's debut. Yay!
That is a big platform, though, to start with. So that was
That's
a little
amazing.
bit.
That is massive.
Oh my gosh.
But it reached a lot of people, so I'll
Yeah.
never really regret it.
Yeah, 100%. What about you, Guqqie?
It's not that I'll never regret coming out, especially like coming out into a relationship, but there are weirdos on the internet that like to be weird and sexualize things, and it's not really fun to experience that, and it's hard to navigate around, and I don't know, it's just, I wish I had a little bit of a heads up. Probably should have known because it's the internet, but it was something I was not kind of like expecting. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna come out with my girlfriend and we're gonna be cute and be able to hold hands in public now. But it was very strange.
Yeah. What about you, Freddy?
Yeah, I think it's, you don't know what you're signing up for really when you kind of come publicly about it. I don't know. I would never regret it though. It's one of those things. It's I know watching people kind of be open about their sexuality helped me come to terms with it, and I think it's so important to, even if it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do. I think when you're ready, if you do it, it makes such an impact around people around you. It really makes them go. I know it gives them the option to be open about it, and I think that's so important.
I think that's one of the things where obviously identity is ever changing. You know, there are so many labels that we can get used to, or we think fit ourselves, and then maybe we wake up one day and we go, "Wait a minute, I'm figuring out something different." Being in a creator or being in a public space, it can be quite difficult to try and figure out these things because some people, I mean, as community members or people who may have not watched you in years, they hold on to the version of you that you were when they stopped watching. So they catch up with you. They maybe click on a stream and they see you completely different or maybe identifying differently. And some people really just never will wrap their head around that. They don't understand the idea that you can change. You'll never run out of time. You can figure these things out, and it's okay if the label you're feeling with right now or the no label you're feeling right now isn't exactly the label you think is right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm ever changing with my stuff.
Change is so difficult. I think that's something that I struggled with a bit because I feel like I came out as bisexual and then suddenly I started going, well, maybe there's a bit more to it than that. Maybe it's not specifically that label that I actually want to go with. But then there's that pressure because you don't, so there's maybe a little bit of regret of like, oh, I wish I'd maybe like waited to find out.
Yeah.
Because now I don't want to seem like, oh, I changed my mind. Now I'm pansexual.
Yeah, there's a
like,
pressure.
but even though it doesn't matter, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. It's like you're allowed to,
Yeah, there's a pressure as well with being public and as a content creator coming out with like sexuality stuff or gender stuff, and people are like, that's great, now that's you. And then it's like, oh, that's me.
Forever and ever and ever.
And I can't explore that. And I remember, like, because I was originally out as bisexual, and then I went to the sapphic label, and now I don't use a label because I'm just me.
Yeah.
But I remember I was so scared to be like, guys, I'm sapphic now, because then there was an influx of people being like, I'm gonna give out to people who say that you're bisexual, and I'm like, don't do that. No, it's fine. And it's a lot of pressure. And at the end of the day, we are just people like you guys who are learning and growing and figuring ourselves out as we go, And I'm probably gonna be still figuring myself out when I'm like in my 60s.
Yeah.
I
know I've not shared a lot of stories myself today. I do these panels so I get to basically, like you guys, sit in awe and watch my friends and listen to their stories because I will never get enough of hearing them talk. But one of the big things with obviously identity and my one is, I mean, if you watch me, you probably know that my identity gets very much put under a box. I've had a very difficult time with my identity because with sexuality and being unlabeled, there's still let's say, the right set of ways to refer to you. When it's gender identity, and anyone else in the crowd that may relate to this, it's a smaller box. It's more difficult to wiggle around. The way that you feel, whether it be changing by the day or changing by the week, it's not easy to confirm or deny how you're feeling. And it's been very difficult because I still don't have a label for myself. And by God, is it so much harder when I have somebody call me by a certain way and then people fight, people argue. The majority of my chat messages sometimes is people coming in going, do you not go by this? Do you go by this? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know, it's, at this point, maybe I just never figure it out because maybe it's easier. Yeah. But the reality of it is, no, I'm just trying to stop the public pressure of figuring these things out. And if there's anyone in the crowd right now, anyone watching at home, I want to remind you that there is always going to be time for you to figure out who you want to be and who you are and all of these things. I mean, take it from me. I mean, I think I'm the textbook person right now that is, I have no idea what I am. I have no idea who I am. My pronouns change by the week these days, and that is okay. And it's also okay for you too, because you don't have to worry about being able to tell people who you are. As long as you've got the right people around you, and I luckily enough have an amazing, amazing set of friends, and they refer to me by what I need to be, and as long as you have that kind of people, then you're going to be okay too. And I want to say a massive thank you to my amazing panelists because we've had an amazing time. And obviously, we are out of time here, and I hope any part of this panel has been good for you, whether it be emotional, whether it be funny, whether it be good, whether it be sad. And, you know, I want to go through the list real quick about where people can find you. So, Michaela, where can people find you online?
I'm working on rebranding currently, but on Instagram, you can find me at Michaela DEB for dark eyebrows, but with an L instead of an I because it was taken. And then Twitch? Everywhere else, I am dark eyebrows or at not dark eyebrows for my alt.
Shelby?
At Shubble.
Yeah.
I'm Shubble all over at Shelby Graces.
All right.
Badlinu on all platforms. Yeah,
and Guqqie?
That's it.
I'm Guqqie everywhere.
Yeah,
and
you
that
are.
has been an amazing panel, guys. I really hope you guys had an amazing time. Thank you so much for coming and listening to us. It has been amazing. We can't wait to see any clips later. And please enjoy the rest of your guys' TwitchCon. We'll see you at MCC if anyone's going.
Yeah, see you guys.
Bye, everyone.
You guys want to take a selfie? Selfie?
You guys want to do a selfie? Okay, wait. Selfie, who's got a phone? We're going to do a quick selfie real quick, okay? If you guys want to be in it, you can be in it. Stay in your seats, stay in your seats, stay in your seats. Ready?
Hold on, guys. Brand new phone. I'm kind of old. I'm just kidding. Okay, wait.
I'll go here.
Okay, guys, ready? I'm going to start spamming it in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you, everyone!
I took a bunch. Woo!
All right, bye.
I hope they play Hot to Go.